Welcome to our monthly budget Google Sheets instruction video. If you haven't purchased the sheet yet, you can find the purchase link in the description below. We made the Google Sheet with 4 different color themes. Each theme is designed to make the sheet easy to read. You can pick the theme you like best based on your preference. The monthly budget sheet follows the 50-30-20 rule. It splits your income into 3 parts: needs, wants, and savings. 50% of the income is allocated to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings. The monthly budget sheet has 2 tabs. First, we have the Instructions tab. In this tab, you'll find detailed instructions on how to use the sheet and some suggestions. Next, we have the Month tab. This is where you manage and track your budget each month. It's a good idea to make a copy of the Google Sheet before you start. This way, you'll have a backup in case something goes wrong or if you want to start fresh later. To create a copy, click the File menu and choose Make a Copy option. A dialog box will appear. Enter a name for the sheet and click the Make a Copy button. This will create a duplicate of the sheet with the name you provided. Close the copied sheet to keep it untouched for future use. Now, let's look at each tab closely. In the Instruction tab, you will find all the details of how to use the sheet. Each section of the sheet is explained with a screenshot. You will also find a link to see what the filled-out spreadsheet looks like. This filled-out sheet can be used as a reference at any time. Additionally, you will find a link to a tutorial video on how to use the spreadsheet, which will be helpful if you need any assistance. Before using the sheet, we need to set the desired currency symbol. To do this, go to cell E4 and type in your currency symbol. For demonstration purposes, I have entered the dollar symbol. Next, let's check the Month tab. You'll manage your budget in the Month tab. This tab is meant to be used for 1 month. If you want to use it for more months, you can copy it. I'll show you how to do that shortly. First, you need to enter details of your incomes, expenses, savings, investments, and debts. Go to the Income section and enter all your income sources and how much you expect to get. To enter an income source, double-click on an empty cell under the Income column. Then, in the next column, enter your expected income. The actual amount is calculated based on what you enter in the Transactions section. You can add up to 15 income sources. For the demo purpose, let me add a few incomes. Next, go to the Expenditure section. Here, you can enter details of your expected bills and expenses. In an empty cell under the Expenditure column, type the name of a bill or expense. Then, in the next column, type the due date for that bill or expense. If you don't have a due day, leave the column empty. In the following column, type how much you expect to spend on that bill or expense. The actual amount is calculated based on what you enter in the Transactions section. In the Type column, you can choose if an expense is a need or a want. You can add up to 55 expenses in the section. For the demo purpose, let me add a few expense details. The Savings, Investments, and Debts sections work the same way as the Expenditure section. You can add up to 15 savings, 15 investments, and 15 debts. For the demo purpose, let me add a few savings, investments, and debts. So far, we've made our budget for 1 month. If you think your income and expenses will stay the same for the next few months, you can save this tab as a template. Each month, you can copy it and use it. To do that, rename the tab to Template. Right-click on the tab, select Rename, and change the name to Template. You can copy the Template tab for each month so you don't have to enter all your budgeting details every month. To copy the tab, right-click on the template sheet and select Duplicate. A copy of the Template tab will be made. You can rename the tab based on the month you are going to use the sheet. To set the month, go to the top left corner of the sheet, enter the year, and select the month. For example, if you are using it for June 2024, select June and enter the year 2024. To rename the tab as June 2024, right-click on the tab, select Rename, and enter June 2024. Now, we are all set to use the sheet. If you have any money in your hand and want to include it in the budget, you can enter it in the starting amount cell. Go to the cell E7 and enter the amount. The amount will be added to your total income for the month. Before you enter any transactions, decide how much of your income should be for your needs, wants, and savings. By default, it's 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. If you want to change it, go to the Budget Summary section and update the percentages. When you receive income or spend money on monthly expenses, bills, investments, debts, or savings, record these transactions in the Transactions section. To add a transaction, go to the Date column, double-click the cell, and select a date from the calendar. Then, choose the type of transaction, select the category, add notes if needed, and enter the amount. For the demo purpose, let's add a few transactions. The values you enter in the transaction section will be added and shown in the actual columns. For instance, if you enter the salary amount twice, these two values will be added and shown in the income section under the salary category. Now, let's talk about the dashboard. At the top of the tab, there's a pie chart showing how much money is left for the month. It updates automatically whenever you spend money, giving you a real-time view of your remaining budget. Next to it, there's a bar chart comparing the planned and actual amounts spent on needs, wants, and savings. This helps you see if you're sticking to your budget or if you need to adjust your spending. Then, we have a pie chart showing the percentage of your total budget spent on needs, wants, and savings. This gives you a clear picture of where your money is going. In the next section, there's a line graph showing the progress of needs, wants, and savings throughout the month. This helps you track your spending trends over time. Next, there's a bar chart comparing the planned and actual amounts spent on expenses, investments, savings, and debts. This helps you see how well you're sticking to your budget in each area. Finally, there's a pie chart showing the allocation of money to expenses, investments, savings, and debts, giving you a comprehensive view of your finances and ensuring you're meeting your financial goals effectively. We hope this video helps you make the most of the sheet. Thank you for watching.